Hello and welcome back. Today we need to start figuring out if you need a shelf for the monoke for the storage shed. You'll see in the background here. I've got the storage, the storage wire shelves, and they come in a couple of different predefined sizes, but they also have pieces. So we're going to take some of these pieces and build the shelf that we need. But if you remember in the past, the storage shed is really skinny. Actually, I'm not sure if I ever showed that before. Let's see if I can pull it up. Gotta remember where I put it. That way, that way. Is that it? Yeah. So let's take a look at this. So this is the storage shed that I've got right now. Um, it looks a little different than this drawing, but the size is exactly the same. There's a door on each side, although this door isn't complete yet. Only one door is. There's no more windows in the front, but it is, you can see through the top. Yeah. So it's really skinny. Overall, the outside is only 0.9 meters wide to fit in a really narrow space behind the house. Um, but, let's see if I can take the door off. There we go. I never put that latch on a layer. Oh, well. So I have to fit the shelf inside of here. And one of the trickier parts is that I have to put the, actually, wait a second. Why did I put that on the back there? I'm curious now. I forget why that's there. And if I actually did that. That was probably me planning the door, or a door. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've worked on this. Oh yeah, this side had to be skinnier because the air conditioners are next to it, so I wouldn't be able to put them in there. Let's see if I've got the house. I think I've got another. I think I've got the whole house with the driveway. There's a picture. So that's the front. This one's a little tweaked, but whatever. Back here is where the storage shed is. So it's a really skinny space. It needs some, there's a fence that runs along this side. So this is really a little over 90 cents wide, 90 centimeters. So not gigantic. Oh, do I even have a picture of the back? Maybe. These are all pictures of the front because I was working on a storage shed that was going to go here. So I've been trying to model the house. I got most of it. This part back here is just too narrow to do anything, unfortunately. Yeah, it's only the front, the part where I was going to build this workshop where this tent is at right now. Okay, let's go back to where we were. Actually, which one is that one? I've got some old files I haven't looked at in a while, so. That's a little further behind. Oh, I remember something kind of broke in this one, so I forked it and started a new one. Yeah, okay. Let's find, that's the newest, that's the one we saw from the outside. That's fine. Storage, yep, okay. go back to here. So yeah, okay, so we got our storage shed. I need to put a shelf in here, but there's a few things I didn't think of when I was first doing this. So I put a bigger shelf in, thinking, you know, I had it, and I just didn't want to get rid of it because it was still in good condition. But it's a little wider than half of the width of this, so you can't. Whatever you can fit on the shelf has to be narrower than the leftover part, the part in front of it. And the problem is I am I am bigger than that gap between the front of the shelf and the inside wall, so I can barely squeeze through there, and it's just not fun. I can only get a little ways in because it actually loses from front to back about 1 inch. It's like 90 in the front and 89 in the back, and that's just enough to make it so that I can't get to the shelves in the back. And I also can't put anything on the shelves because, oddly enough, everything we have is bigger than the 20 cents or whatever's left over to get in there. So um, what we really need to do is build a custom shelf that is less than half of the width of this, but still wide enough to be something useful. And I found some of the perfect size bends. They're 30 centimeters. This is 64 centimeters across on the inside, not counting the little cutouts there. So about 30 to 32 centimeters is the biggest. 28 is probably the smallest because that's this size storage bin just happens to be 30, and everything else is either 35 or not a reasonable size. It's just too small or too oddly shaped, so it's no fun. Um, so the key is these things, 30 centimeters deep, so I'll have to turn it sideways to put it on there, 32 centimeters tall, 44 centimeters long. And it turns out that this company has these wire shelves that just happen to be in the 30 centimeter width range. And I've measured some in person. They're really 30 centimeters deep. It's not like some random size that they said, no, this is the 30 centimeter mark and these are like 32 deep or 28 deep. They're really 30 centimeter deep by 40 wide. The trick is it's not, the storage space is not 40 centimeters. That's the actual size of the shelf. So we have to account for the 19 millimeter rods that go on the side, which turn into about 2.5 centimeters on both sides that we have to account for to make some room for the things to go in between the vertical rails. But that's okay. So we've got a plan. The plan looks something like this, although you probably can't really make that out. That's as far away as I can get that microscope camera to make it look, but it's a shelf. So there's 12 bins and then 2 wider empty spaces. I'm not exactly sure of that part of the layout yet. We've got some dimensions we have to stick within. That's why we're drawing this out in SketchUp instead of just doing it on paper. Because we also, as I keep drawing this out on paper, I'm like, yes, it'd be great down in this part. I just open up a big section that's like 90 centimeters tall and 1 meter wide. I could fit a lot of parts in there, like the vacuum cleaner, the shop vac, and the drill press, and the outdoor heaters, and a few things like that. But after processing and thinking through it a bit, those things are more than 30 centimeters. Well, the heaters, at least, are more than 32 centimeters wide, so I just can't fit them under the shelf. So we've got to rearrange how those work. Well, that's not too bad, though. So next steps. Is to just start drawing, I guess. Well, I've got some dimensions. I need to make the few big items and these boxes. I know what those are. I need to draw those out so that they fit like I expect, and that everything works out the right way. might be having some stream problems. Give me a second here. Yeah, I think so. I don't know if it's me or YouTube. Or my internet. Could be my internet. That's awesome. Well, it looks like it's the internet, so give me a minute. I'll be back.